kind of, you know, and I kind of grew into it. My brother, my brother was more like outspoken, like, man, we're Christians. I'm like, bro, shut up, man. Like, be quiet. You know? So that's where it started. And then, you know, as I got older and I started seeing my dad struggling and my mom struggling even more, now I'm understanding what the struggle is. Now resentment and stuff started to build. Now you start to get angry. And so I went astray. And you're going to see this in the documentary. In the streets heavy, you know, even though I didn't grow up a street kid, I was in the streets heavy, the allure of the streets, selling drugs, at times using drugs.
Was that kind of a message to God?
I was running, man. I was running from boxing. I was tired of boxing. I wanted my freedom back. And that pull, them generational curses that had been on my mother and my father, I was starting to live them out. And I almost lost it all, you know what I'm saying? Like I almost missed the Olympics. I remember, you know, telling Verge, like, I don't care about the Olympics.
Don't nobody know that, bro.
They're about to find out though.
Don't nobody know.
But I remember telling him, I don't care about the Olympics.
And
And Verge saying, look, he just laughed. He said, baby, you don't even know what you're saying.
Were you 17?
Yeah. I was 16, 17, 18 years old. He said, man, if you let this pass you by, you're never gonna live it down. And I would fight with him about, nah, you tripping. But deep down, I knew he was telling the truth. So long story short, man, it was sequence of events, man. God was whooping me. He was letting life take over. And I just hit rock bottom, man, and I finally looked up one day, man, and I knew I was running. I knew I was, you know, pushing away people. You know, I was getting phone calls. My mom, I don't know what you're doing, babe, but whatever you're doing, you need to stop. Birds warning me. People, warnings was coming. And oftentimes warning comes before destruction. So it was mounting. Something was getting ready to happen. I thank God, bro, I was able to get to a point, man, where I just got tired of running, man. I finally threw my hands up. I went through a process over the next couple of years, man, where I started to rebuild my faith. In that time, I lost my dad. So that was also more reason for me to rebel, be angry. So when I finally turned the corner, man, I was able to heal from my father's death. I was able to kind of, the scales from my eyes were able to fall where I started to see again and come back to myself.
How old were you at this point?
19. Right before the Olympics. Right before the Olympics. 19, 19 and a half, something like that. That was like my rebirth, where now my dad's faith, it turned into my faith. Now I'm starting to feel God's presence again. I'm starting to hear his voice again, and it's starting to all make sense. Sean, that's where this stuff is birthed from. So when people see SOG, you got to realize, man, God found me in the pit. So now that I'm on the mountaintop, I'm not going to shun away from what I believe.
You got to tell everybody how I got to the mountaintop. And
how I'm being sustained at the mountaintop.
Yes, sir. And it's nothing but God.
So it's deeper than just a religious thing. It's it's not a crutch. It's like, bro, I said this to some reporters yesterday. If I hadn't made that transformation and I started embarking on a pro career and I was still drinking heavy and doing all that kind of stuff, I wouldn't have been what I was supposed to be in the ring. I wouldn't have got this far. But y'all would have been reading about me on the bottom of the ticker on SportsCenter a couple times, for sure. No doubt about it.